What's up, y'all? Got a couple of you in here. Hope you guys are having a good day. Here at about 5 minutes, start breaking down Tampa Bay. He sent over some information, and we'll just kind of chill until then. Feel free to say hey in the chat. Alright, we're gonna have Randall on soon. He's gonna be here around 10 or so. I'm in the central time zone, so it'll be 9 for me, but I've been a little under the weather this week, so we'll see what we can pull together for this one for everybody. But definitely looking forward to it. It's going to be a good matchup. We're going to have Blake Snell versus who was the Oakland pitcher? Oh my goodness. Justin Mitrovic. So it looks like almost their two best pitchers. But we're going to start with the Tampa Bay Rays and give Randall some time to get in the voice chat with us, and he's going to break down his team before we start the game. But I hope you guys are looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be a good matchup. Let me pull up this stuff here real quick that we got from Tampa Bay. Alright. Alrighty, we'll just go ahead and get this one rolling. Make sure the audio looks fine. Looks good. Can turn the music down a little probably. So we'll do that. Alright, we're going to start breaking this one down. We're going to look at the Tampa Bay Rays here first. He sent over some good information for us to do a deep dive on his team. First thing he wanted to start with is the pitching matchup. I always ask the guys here that come on the same questions, 5 questions, but he's going to start off here with the comments on the pitching matchup. Blake Snell, he's the #1 rotation piece in the Rays rotation. He wanted to point out that the Dodgers retained half his contract, and in return they got DH Jose Ramirez, first baseman Trey Morgan, third baseman Sebastian Walcott, and first baseman Jared Dolphy in return. J-Ram's contract was expiring, and he's still a free agent at the moment. So, seems to be a pretty good trade for the Rays on this one. Snell offers a ton of stability, he says, to the Rays rotation. It's clear he likes to be here, and even though he's probably not going to be an all-star again, we know we have a chance to win every time he's on the mound. So that's definitely something good to have when you're at the top of your rotation, a guy you can really count on and feel like you're going to win behind every time he's out there. One of the questions I ask the guys is their season goals and how they're coming along. And Ray's had this to say. He says that every year our goal is to make the playoffs. Our projection system is to have a solid chance of making the postseason, even in the best division in baseball, so it's all systems go. We're going to be aggressive in prospect promotions and not hesitate to make to make changes where due. The Rays are the kind of team that has to be built from the bottom up, so we try to focus on the details to get edges wherever we can. So, sounds similar to the real life Rays. We're always seeing them bring up really talented prospects, and it just seems like they just have an endless amount of guys that just come up and make immediate impact in the majors. And the Rays, seem to have that same philosophy here in our league, which is exciting. I always think the Rays have been a good team historically in this league. Let's see here real quick. Guess I wouldn't be able to see that. Okay. I'm just going to keep reading through. I can't see chat right now, so just pardon me on that end of things for a moment. Another question that I ask is rookies that are currently on the roster and how they're performing. And he wanted to point out that Tim Humphries has been outstanding. He's hitting 16 home runs in just 185 plate appearances, and while playing great defense in right field. So that's great to see from the rookie, Tim. I would be remiss if I didn't give credit to our last GM, Aaron, who now manages the Rangers. He drafted Deshaun Buckner 13th overall in 2026, then drafted Tim Humphrey, second-year starter Danny Ciaravino, and outfielder Robbie Matson in 2027. So that's definitely something good to step into, is some young talent in the farm system. But you know what? You've developed them and got them up in the majors, and that's great. Or maybe close by if they're not there already. And he also says we really like what we saw from Humphries early on, which made it possible for us to trade up and coming prospect Leonardo Pineda for our shortstop Nasim Nunez. So that's awesome. You got to get a little upgrade from somebody who maybe you weren't expecting quite the performance they gave you, but you were able to rely on him and add needs elsewhere. So that's great management. And then another question is to point out two to three players that we'll hopefully see here in a moment. So let's see here. I should go back and pull up Tim Humphrey. So let's see about doing that. Here we go. So Tim Humphrey, this is the rookie that he pointed out. Looks like a nice 55 potential player here. So that's great. He's only 24 years old, batting .279, 17 home runs now after the sim. So he's added to that home run total that Buster had pointed out. And it looks like we're going to have Randall joining in here momentarily. There we go. What's up, Randall? How's it going? Check on him real quick. Okay, so muted right now, which is fine. I'm going over the Rays.
Are you? Sorry. Are you? Me?
No, you're totally fine, man. Free to hang out.
Thank you.
I was just going over the Rays first to give you some time to hop in chat.
Yeah, a lot of traffic back from home, but yeah, I'm back now, and we're excited to see the game. I heard we did really good this sim, so I'm excited for this game.
Hell yeah, that's great. I haven't even looked at the results, so just jumping straight into this one. But we're looking at Tim Humphries, the rookie for Tampa Bay. He's 17 homers, 279 batting average. It's a 151 OPS plus. He's batting at 962 OPS right now. So that's a really nice rookie performance. 2.5 WAR. So he's looking really nice for this ball club. And then getting back to the player spotlight, Daniel Villalobos. Let's see. He is currently on fire. He's the second baseman, only 23, so lots of young talent on this team already. Buster pointed out that enough can't be said about DV1. Leads the league in slugging in mid-June at 685. Fourth in doubles, second in home runs, Gold Glove winner, Rookie of the Year. Even better this year. When all is said and done, he could be the greatest Ray of all time. Wow. I mean, yeah, he's only 23 and putting together a really nice career. Looks like he's up that OPS even from when this information was sent, or what? No, slugging. He did, yeah. Oh no, it dropped. It dropped a little bit. So it's 676 slugging, but 1.091 OPS. That's really impressive. 22 homers on the season. That's on pace for 46 according to the game. Let's see. Yeah, normally he says we'd want someone with Villalobos' power deeper in the lineup, but he's such a tone hitter that it would seem wrong for him to hit anywhere else but lead off, and he's absolutely thrived in the role. So that's really cool to see that. But this guy's a beast. He's almost maxed out in like every stat, so that's really impressive. Only 23. Great piece here for Tampa Bay. We all know Deshaun Buckner. Let's look at him real quick. Deshaun. Tampa Bay says, the GM says expectations were sky high for former number one prospect Deshaun Buckner, and he's delivered in a huge way, slashing 290, 376, and 593 with 18 homers at the mid-June mark. Buckner values winning more than financial gain and was willing to sign a long-term team-friendly deal in order to make the club better. We're hoping Villalobos and Buckner stay with the franchise their entire careers. So let's look at his stats after the sim. So 284 average, 367 on base, and 930 OPS. That's nice. 18 homers. So lots of high-end talent over here. Looked at already multiple 80 potential guys. But yeah, I mean, we've been watching Buckner for a couple years come up through the system. He's only 21. That is insane. So he made his way through the minors in basically less than a full season. That's insane. Let's see. And then he wants to point out one other player, Isaiah Campbell. Let's see. Maybe he's on the pitching. There he is, Isaiah Campbell. 55 overall player. The Rays GM says it wasn't easy for a team leader like Campbell to give the reins over to Edwin Diaz as closer after the Rays traded for the fourth-time All-Star and three-time Reliever of the Year award winner. Campbell took it all in stride and has provided stellar setup production that has received All-Star votes this year. He was a big reason why we won 97 games last season. And then to wrap up some comments here, and then we'll look at just a couple more things on the Rays. I don't want to skip over too much on looking at his team, but his comments on the pitching matchup. He says, I've already said my piece on Snell. Looks like it'll be Justin Mitrovic against us, which is the case. Definitely an elite talent, somebody who is going to make us work for every run. It's clear he's reached another level, and we're excited to see what our lineup can do against him. And then finally, his pick to click for the game with the best performance has got to be DV1. But I got a feeling Mitrovic is going to pitch a gem against us. To wrap that up for those comments there. Let me pull up the chat here just to make sure I'm not missing anything. One second. Alright, cool. Okay, so, so we'll look at the Rays record, where they are in the standings. how they've been playing of late. Let's look here at these standings. And they are currently fourth in the absolutely insane AL East division in this league. He's 41 and 36 now. I'm not sure. Looks like this last sim was kind of brutal to him. He lost the last five, so that's a little bit rough. I'm gonna reload Twitch on my phone real quick because it's bugging out. There we go. Okay. But overall, he's putting together a winning season. He's let's see, in the wild card, he is a half game back from the third wild card spot. So that wild card is going to be up for grabs this as we get to the later part of the season here. But you never know what's going to happen. The Baltimore Orioles having an amazing season, 55 and 24. They're at the top of the division. The Red Sox, who we have been able to take a look at on the game of the week already, but they are sitting second, 52 and 25. Then the Yankees, 42 and 35, and the Rays, 41 and 36. We have Toronto there at the bottom of the division, who are looking to make a resurgence in the next few seasons. But I think that would wrap it up for this side of things. We can. Buster says we're ice cold. It looks like the last sim wasn't super kind. Let's see. Yeah, faced the Orioles and now lost the first two games against Oakland, and now you're trying to salvage a game in this series. But two good teams. It's rough to see that losing streak coming into game of the week, but maybe this is the start of turning it around here. All right, so let's look. I'm gonna switch over to Oakland, and we'll bring on Randall, who's gonna be the special guest for this session of Game of the Week. Let's see. Okay, so take it away. You can. If are you watching my screen share on Discord?
Oh yeah,
Okay,
I'm watching the screen here.
cool.
So had built this pitching staff really hard. Being a small market team, but got a pretty good group of guys. Justin going today was the second overall pick in a 2026 draft, I believe. So he's really come on strong. 3.08 ERA has been great for us. Anaya, another ace of ours, 4.05 ERA could be better, but he's been doing good. So I'm excited for Justin going first today against a good Rays team. Has some pretty good guys. Two of the top prospects ever in BAGL. Um, so yeah, pretty scary. And we have Arturo, our fifth starter, rookie, top 10 BAGL prospect. He hasn't been doing good of late. 9.75 ERA. Might look to replace him, but he's a pretty good guy on the pitching staff and for the future.
Yeah, he's let's see, only 22. Looks like he has a lot of development left. Um,
Yeah, probably will send him down after this. Trying to plug in another starting pitcher. We have a lot of pitchers injured, unfortunately, so it's trying to been hard to find that fifth starter,
mhm.
constant fifth starter.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know the struggles there. I'm gonna check the standings just real quick to see. Yep, you're still sitting at the top. Gained some ground. Looks like 8 games up in the division now in front of Seattle. So that's really awesome to see the Athletics are at the top of the division this year. All right.
Definitely.
Any other pitchers? I do want to point out myself. Um, Mike Vasil, I traded you. I don't even know
Yeah.
like how many years ago. He's still in the rotation, looking good. That's awesome.
2026, yeah.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is his last year with us. I'm trying to get him extended, but it's going to take a lot of money.
Mm,
But with Bello coming off the book, it's possible he will stay at A. But yeah, he's been great for us.
that's awesome. Yeah, like he was always good. Like on my end of things too, he was just a guy that was kind of like an add-in piece, if I remember right. I don't even remember what that
Yeah,
trade was, but uh,
I really don't. Probably Durant as a closer, great ERA. I don't know what his ERA is this time, but he has an under one ERA. He has
wow.
0.36 ERA. So
See,
he's been a great closer. Of course, in the bullpen after last year, we lost a lot of games. We had like probably the most top five blown saves last year. So he's been a great addition from Oakland to Detroit.
trying to see.
I did have to give. I don't know if Commissioner's watching, but I did have to give him a lot for this guy. So
Oh,
hopefully,
I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully he can stay. He's definitely an all-star this season, but hopefully he could continue his pace through the playoffs. Wow, a lot of pitchers are hot. This is great.
Yeah, yeah. Your pitching's really rolling right now. To get caught up on the
Yeah,
chat here. Yep, Buster says Oakland rolling. 9 and 1 in the last 10. Says Duran, wow. Both the A's and Rays have acquired their closers from Detroit. That's super interesting. Um, wow, that's a lot of pitching talent coming out of Detroit. Uh, Jeremy says 0.36 ERA. He was worth it. I would, yeah. Let's take a
yeah,
look at
definitely.
let's take a look at that trade. Let's see. So you traded.
Yeah, just trade
Oh, okay.
4 guys for him. Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
Christian Jimenez, Jake McNamara, Pierce Coppola, and Danny Shelton. So that's interesting. Yeah, but hey, I'd say that's pretty well worth it for how he's performing for you.
Yeah, definitely. All those people were expendable for positions I already had depth at, so it was definitely really worth it. Hopefully, we can get him back this season too.
Wow, 1,264 ERA plus.
Yeah, he's going crazy this season.
That's awesome. Yeah, your whole bullpen's looking really nice. And going into the playoffs, these pitchers look like they're ready. I guess we're in the midway of the season now almost. So
Yeah, definitely. Probably the deadline looking to probably add some more depth in case of any injuries. But other than that, this bullpen is ready.
nice. All right, let's look at the lineup. Um, let's see how that's looking for you. Looks like you do have a couple guys who are banged up.
Yeah, LeBoy he's a star. I would say of the team. I think he has the most WAR, and definitely Arjun and Martinez are probably the best guys I would definitely say on this lineup. We had a rookie Jeremy Hawkins. He got injured, and then we had our star shortstop Olivilo. He got injured too.
Mm,
Both coming back soon, but yeah, we have a lot of injuries to the lineup. So some guys that you won't be seeing in the big league, like Kirsten Robinson, are examples of people.
let's see where he.
But the injuries.
Oh, he's on the injuries list. I'll switch over and look at that real quick. On the
Oh yeah,
injured
if you want to
list.
look at our injured list, we have a big injured
Yeah.
list.
Yeah. Jeremy Hawkins. Let's see. Oh, David Olivo. Yep. Nelson Paz. All these guys. Yeah, that's Tyler Ivey. He was with Arizona for a while as well.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a lot of you know top tier guys, especially
a
the
lot of big
shortstop.
injuries. Definitely.
Yeah, dang. Let's see. You do have a couple guys on fire though. Arjun
Yeah,
Nimala and Peyton Burdick. They're both on fire
yeah.
for you right now.
I actually got Arjun from the Mason Miller trade from Toronto. He's been
Mm,
great for us.
wow. Yeah, he's only 24. Still getting league minimum. Batting 286, 14 homers, 865 OPS. Yeah, looking really good. Elite defender. Well, that'll be exciting to watch during this game. And then Peyton Burdick. Let's see, let's point him out. So he's
And he was
on.
a fourth. He was originally the fourth outfielder, and he just had to step up, and he's been balling.
Nice. Well, that's always fun to watch. Let's see, yeah, he's been hitting really well the last handful of games. Let's see, 4, 5, 6 hits in the last 5 games. Pretty good. So his batting average is climbing. On base percentage out of this world, 0.414 on base percentage. That's amazing. 21 walks. Not much power, but who cares? If you're getting on base like that. That's awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Anyone else you want to point out here, and then before we jump in?
In the lineup, not really. Everyone else, well, Oliver, Martinez, heading at the fourth spot, he's been pretty good for us.
Oh yeah.
I think he's second, probably second or more. He's been pretty good, but got him from Toronto in a different trade this summer.
Nice. Yeah, so a lot of these guys coming in new to this team this year, performing.
Definitely.
It's great to see. You got a lot of
Yeah,
young guys,
that's
and
really all. That's really all from our team that I really want to highlight.
all right, awesome. Who do you think's gonna have the best performance for you in this
I
game?
got to go with Peyton. He's been hot. Peyton's been really hot, so I got to go with Peyton for this game.
Nice, Peyton Burdick, the right fielder. He's gonna keep up the hitting streak according to the Oakland GM, and we're gonna jump into this one so we don't hold up everyone's night. Did you wanna stick around, or do you wanna hop off here and?
I'll probably stick around for the first inning.
Okay, cool.
I'll commentate a little bit, but after that, I'll probably get off.
All right, sounds good.
No problem.
All right, let's jump into it. Broke down the teams. We'll get it started. Pause the music. All right, here we go. Tampa Bay Rays versus Oakland Athletics. Looks like the lineups head-to-head matchups pretty good. Maybe a slight edge to Oakland with at least the head-to-head matchups, but you know that's going to be an exciting, balanced game. We'll see. Um, both teams in contention for playoff spots. These are important games, even now in the almost midway part of the season in late June. But we have a couple injuries that were pointed out for Oakland. Some really important players not on the roster, but they continue to perform 8 games up in their division. And then Tampa Bay with a lot of top tier talent up on the top of the lineup here, and we'll see how these guys perform. Let's get this one underway. Tampa Bay versus Oakland Athletics starting right now. All right, we have the pitch zone up here. That's something to watch as the game goes on. Some of these pitches can be, or these umpires can make mistakes even in this game. So it's fun to watch that. We have Mitrovic up on the mound against Villalobos there, the power hitter at the top of the lineup for Tampa Bay. We're going to get this one underway. This is the last game of this series, and the A's have won both games of the series up to this point, so the Rays are looking to scratch one out here. All right, the first pitch, first batter for Mitrovic to Villalobos is going to be. There we go. Hit high to center, but right to the center fielder who makes the catch, Honeycutt. I think we did see Honeycutt is slightly banged up in this game, but hopefully that won't affect his performance. Let's see, it shows me what he's dealing with. He's got a minimally strained hamstring, so we'll see if he can minimize his movement a whole lot in this game. Get some ground balls from Mitrovic. Caminero up next, Junior Caminero, batting 288, 375 on base. He's hitting 75 homers so far this year. So the next batter, Caminero, is hit to the other way to the right, and it goes all the way to the wall. That's going to come in for 2 bases. He does make it in safely. So that was a hard hit ball off of Mitrovic for the second batter. And he makes it to second off of a 69-mile-an-hour curveball. That's his 10th double of the year, Caminero.
Yeah, this Rays team definitely has a lot of hitters, so it's going to be interesting to see how Maritovich has going to deal with that throughout the game.
Absolutely, especially the top of the lineup. They've got, I think, 380 overall guys up there. So let's see how those guys perform and see if the lower part of the lineup will be any different. So Mitrovic to Xavier Isaac, the DH, batting 221. He's hitting 17 homers, 60 overall guy. But last year looks like he hit 43 home runs, so he knows how to smash it. So the lefty against Mitrovic is hit on the ground to second base. He's able to scoop it and throw to first. The runner advances to third. So now just one out away from getting out of that double. Buster says, great looking new ballpark in Oakland. Yeah, any comment you have on the new stadium that you built? Was it, or how recent was it?
I believe it was a couple years ago. Yeah, it looks way better than it used to. Glad we got out of that situation, but yeah, it looks way better. I'm glad for that.
That's awesome. How did that process work in game? Do you get to like do any design
Um,
choices or anything?
yeah, I just asked Commish how to do a new stadium. He's like, he gives you the password, gives you the design, and you export with it, and then I think it goes. I think it went to actually. I don't think when you export it went to his game, so he had to do it, and so he just did the same layout. Commish was really nice about it, so yeah, it was great.
That's awesome. Yeah, I don't know. Has any other team done that in this league or just you? Do you know?
I believe the Rays
The Rays did.
also got a new, yeah, also
Awesome.
got a new ballpark.
Well, that's awesome. That's another thing tying you guys together in this game. That's super cool. Maybe we'll see the Rays' new stadium in the postseason. All right.
Definitely, I definitely expect to see them make the postseason.
Yeah, I mean, hopefully, at least in the wild card, but it looks like they have just as good a chance as anyone to make it. All right, we have Caminero on third, and Deshaun Buckner, one of the, I believe,
Oh,
#1 draft pick in 2026. No, 13th overall draft pick in the
wow, he
first round.
fell. I
So
think he
let's.
was in the same year as
Yeah.
Miratovic.
Oh yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, he was on the board for a long time. Let's see. All right, Caminero at third. Mitrovic, see if he can get out of this inning unscathed against Buckner. It's hit to the left side. Can the left fielder make it there? No, he cannot. It does drop, but he gets it back in quickly. He makes it to second, and the first run's going to score. Buckner drives it in. Caminero in for the run. But 2 outs. See if we can hold him at 1 here. Mitrovic. Tim Humphrey, batting .279. Another 17 homer guy already. We've already seen multiple guys around that home run mark. See if Mitrovic can get out of this one with only one. The pitch. Hit softly to third. And he throws it to first for the out. So he does get out. Only 2 hits, 1 run. Could have been much worse. Nice. Looks like we have some people tuning in watching. Well, I know people were excited about this matchup, so. All right. Oakland's first chance at the plate here. LeBoy, he's going to be the first one, the second baseman. He's having a good season. He's getting on base at 387 clip, and he has an 834 OPS. So let's see if he can get on base here and get that run back. Blake Snell, he is the ace of this staff. He's looking to not allow that to happen. 4.60 ERA and 31 walks on the year. He's at a 2-5 record. So Blake Snell, the lefty to LeBoy. Lefty-lefty matchup. Hit to the right side. The first baseman picks it up and throws over to the pitcher. He's able to make the catch and get the first out. Blake Snell to Mancia. He's batting 286 and 9 homers on the year. See if he can get on base. There's only 1 pitch for that first out, and he does walk the next man, so that turns it into 7 pitches. Good at bat there by Mancia. Arjun Namala up next. See if he can do some damage here. 286 on the season, and he does have 14 homers. So let's see what he can do against Snell. Lefty-righty matchup. Hit to the right side. The second baseman jumps for it, not able to make the play. Will they send him? No, they won't. They hold him up at second. But 2 men on now with just 1 out. Nice. So getting the line moving against Snell. Orvelis Martinez, the third baseman, 284 average and 12 homers. He's at 914 OPS, having a great season. Let's see if he can knock one in here. At least one, if not more. It's hit to the left. Is that going to make it over? It drops into left. A softly hit ball. They have to hold him up at third. He had to hesitate a minute to see if he was going to get over the head of the shortstop, and he makes it to third. So that's bases loaded with 1 out. All right, Zion Ogaro, 7 homers. Let's take a look at him real quick.
Yeah, one of the rookies. I got him from the Mets I think a year ago, and he's been a rookie. Hasn't really found his stride, but we're hoping he can find it soon.
Nice. Looks like he's in the 5th spot in the lineup.
Yeah, big spot for a rookie.
Yeah, he's let's see how he performs with bases loaded. 1 out against the veteran Blake Snell. He's at 13 pitches now. Ogaro, can he make something happen? He hits it and puts it in play. Potentially a double play, and it is indeed a double play. So the moment may have gotten to him a little bit. Hits into a double play and keeps the game 1-0. And Ogaro goes cold after that at bat, so hopefully he can turn that around in this game.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, Mitrovic back out there against Colin Hook. Hook's at 240 and 5 homers. So the lower part of the lineup here for Tampa Bay was not as quite as much, star talent as the top of the lineup, but we'll see how they perform. That's it hard to left. It bounces off the third baseman. He's not able to corral it. So that would be an error on Martinez. He seems to be pretty sure-handed at third, but can't make the play there. Ball's just hit too sharply. Caden Bodine, the catcher, batting .249, 5 home runs, 23 RBIs. The leadoff man is on here again in the second. See what will happen. And he walks him with the high pitch. Looks like 4 straight pitches for balls. So not able to find the zone there. Gets another man on base. 1 man in scoring position. Mitrovic a little shaky early on. Only 24 pitches, but let's see what he can do here against Myers. Jake Myers, the center fielder. That's hit hard to left. They're using that left side of the field with men in scoring position. That should be a run. Let's see. That is. They do send them, and there you have gone first to third, so they have a man on second and third now for Ikel Joaquin, third baseman. See if Mitrovic can get back on track here against Joaquin. Nobody out. That's it, up the middle. They're not going to be able to get that one. So they're just keeping the line moving against Mitrovic. He's not able to figure them out yet. Rays are trying to end their losing streak in this game, and so far they're looking like they're really trying. We'll see if they can hold on to it. Joaquin at second. Mitrovic on the mound to Villalobos back to the top of the lineup. Next pitch is hit to center field. The center fielder has to run in to make that play, get it back in to keep the man from advancing to third. That was Honeycutt making that nice play in center. Caminero up next. He has a hit on the day, double to right, and he's trying to trade places with Joaquin here. Mitrovic needs an out. Let's see if he can get it off of Caminero. Hit hard to left. That is off the wall and left. So they're not scared of anything Mitrovic is throwing in there for him.
Really knocking him around today.
Yeah, they are. 5 hits already in 2 innings. And that's 5 runs scored, so 4 in this inning. Let's see how long the manager is going to leave him out there.
My manager usually leaves out starters for pretty long, so I'd say probably about one or two more runs, and I think he'll probably pull them.
Let's see what happens. He's at 32 pitches, plenty of energy left, but if he can't get outs, they're not going to leave him out there. Last sequence, curveball, changeup, changeup. So I don't know if he's afraid to throw the fastball. He's having trouble locating it, and they're all over the off speed. Next up, Xavier Isaac, the DH, 220 on the season, 17 homers against Mitrovic. That's hit softly to right field. Should be able to get under that one. The second man at second does not tag up. Did not want to test the arm of Burdick. And that was the desperately needed out for Mitrovic there. Next up, Deshaun Buckner. He has an RBI on the day. He's now batting .286 with 59 RBIs against Mitrovic. He walks him. So worse things could have happened against Buckner. Didn't want to give him anything to hit. And again, all fastball. No, those are balls. So fastball, changeup, sinker, fastball. Not able to find the zone. Tim Humphrey. He was one of the players pointed out before the game from the Rays GM. He has 2 men on with 2 outs. Let's see if he can keep the scoring rolling or if Mitrovic will put an end to it here. He does neither. It's a walk. So he loads the bases. I'd imagine he'd be having a mound visit right about now, but 2 outs, bases loaded. Already four runs scored this top of the second, and we have Colin Hook. Let's see what happens. That's hit sharply. He makes a diving stop, almost able to get it, but not able to make the throw over in time. But it was still an amazing diving stop, which would have saved probably another run from scoring if he didn't make the play. LeBoy there at second. So only 1 run comes across. Bases still loaded. They're still hitting the ball hard against Mitrovic. 45 pitches now. That's a strikeout. I believe that's his first strikeout of the game. And that was the perfectly timed for that. Alright, so 5 come across that inning on 4 hits. It's now 6-0 Tampa Bay. You are tired of losing. Next we have Peyton Burdick, the right fielder. Blake Snell, only 17 pitches to get through the first. So let's see how economic he is in the second. That's hit to center field. Lazy fly ball, able to corral it in center. Myers. Alright, next up, lefty-lefty matchup. Snell to Castillo. Castillo 267. 341 on base. See if they can start getting some guys on the base paths. It's hit sharply to right. It drops in front of the right fielder. He's going to drop in for a hit. So that's nice to see against Snell. And Castillo on first. Vance Honeycutt, no hits in his first at bat, so he's up for the second time. Or no, this is his first at bat. My mistake. Honeycutt against Snell. Let's see how he does. Hit high in the sky to center field. Plenty of time for the center fielder to make the run over. And makes the catch. Myers again. Castillo standing at first. Now 2 outs. Joe Houston, the catcher, trying to move him along. And Snell cruising along so far in this game. That's hit high to left. Another lazy pop, and that's to the left fielder. So no harm done there. Only 3 hits for Oakland so far.
Wanted to thank you for having me. I do have some homework, so I will get to that. But thank you. I love what you're doing with this game of the week. Honored to be on it with Oakland, playing a great team in Tampa. So I just wanted to thank you for that.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I'm sure we'll have you on again, and we'll see you in the postseason.
Thank you. Hopefully.
Oh yeah, you'll hoping to see you there. All right, so moving right along, we have Mitrovic back out there. He's at 48 pitches. Jake Myers, the center fielder, up at the plate. That's going to be the next batter. The pitch is a walk, a leadoff walk. So I believe, the leadoff man has reached for Tampa Bay in every inning so far, and that's Jake Myers' 11th walk of the season. Mitrovic, gonna look at Ikel Joaquin next. He does have one hit on the day now, so he has raised his average to 194. Let's see if he can get above 200 off of Mitrovic. That's hit sharply to third, hit hard enough to make the double play, and that is 2 outs now. So Mitrovic needed that. That was nice to see. Maybe he can get out of this inning unscathed. And we have the top of the lineup back up again. Daniel Villalobos. These guys are doing damage. So Mitrovic to Villalobos. That's hit hard again to third, and he's able to get out of this inning without any runs score. That's good for him. First time this game. Cafe Bank Stadium. Interesting. All right, Blake Snell against Yanel LeBoy. LeBoy almost had an amazing diving play in the last inning at second. And here he is up to bat now. 264 average, no hits in his first at bat. Snell to LeBoy. He strikes him out with a low pitch. Let's see where that one was. It was a curveball. All the pitches were down. Looks like that one was right on the line, on the lower part of the zone. So masterfully done there by Blake Snell. Next up, Juan Mencia. Blake Snell, 34 pitches so far, and Juan Mencia up next. Strikes him out. That's 2 strikeouts in a row to start the third inning for Tampa Bay. Yes. All right, Arjun Nimala, the shortstop. He's performing well with the loss of Olivalo. He's batting .289. He does have a hit today, 14 homers. See if he can get another one off of Snell. He walks him, so he was staying at the low portion of the zone there, but not able to get the call from the umpire. 9 pitch at bat, so great at bat by Nimala. Orelvis Martinez up next, the third baseman. Blake Snell, 46 pitches in now. That last batter added nicely to that total. And see if Martinez can do damage and get another hit here. That's popped up to the infield. The third baseman calls for it, and he's able to make the play, so the runners cannot come around to score. Oakland still trying to get that first run across against Blake. But we are going to move to the top of the fourth. Get this one moving. Mitrovic to Caminero. Mitrovic had a good inning last inning. Let's see if he can keep it up. He strikes him out, so he does indeed keep it up so far. 92-mile-an-hour slider, or sinker, I'm sorry. So that was a nicely located pitch there for the strikeout. Up to 70 pitches for Mitrovic in the top of the fourth against Xavier Isaac. He has a .219 average, 17 homers. Strikes him out. So Mitrovic may have figured something out here in the middle innings. Let's see if he could keep it rolling. 2 strikeouts this inning. That one on the sinker as well, so he's starting to like that pitch a little bit. Deshaun Buckner up next. 1 hit, 1 RBI on the day. His next at bat. This hit slowly to the second baseman. He's able to get there and throw it over to first. So another goose egg put up here for Tampa Bay, for the Oakland pitcher. And that's nice to see, as he's been able to keep the scoring from happening these last 2 innings. All right, Blake Snell cruising right along. 49 pitches against Zion Ogaro, the DH. He strikes him out again in a low pitch. Let's see, curveball again. So he's really found the feel for that in this game. Nice, perfectly located on the lower corner of the strike zone. Next up is Peyton Burdick against Blake Snell. Hit high, but hit hard right to center fielder Myers, who's been busy this game. And that was 2 pitches for that out. And next up, Jesus Castillo. Those were both fastballs. Blake Snell to Castillo, 1 hit on the day so far. Hit to left. Left fielder makes the easy play, as he barely has to move in left. And the Oakland not able to score that inning as well. 2 up, or 3 up, 3 down. Tim Humphrey, the rookie. He has no hits so far today. 346 on base. And Mitrovic at 81 pitches in the 5th. See if he can get through this one. Hit hard to shortstop. Able to get there and make the play. And Namala makes the easy routine play. Colin Hook, he does have a hit and an RBI in 2 at-bats today. And Mitrovic, 4.1, 6 hits so far, 4 walks and 3 strikeouts. Let's see, at 86 pitches, how much gas he has left. He strikes him out, so the middle innings have been kind to Mitrovic so far. Let's see if he can get out of this inning unscathed. 93 pitches, a 7-pitch at-bat battle. So Caden Bodine hit softly to shortstop again and makes the easy play. 1, 2, 3 goes Tampa Bay, and Mitrovic able to put up some zeros, give his team a chance to come back in this one. All right, Blake Snell back out there against Honeycutt. The bottom of the 5th inning. He's only allowed 3 hits so far, Blake Snell. And looks like all 3. I'm sorry. Nope. I was looking at the wrong side. Vance Honeycutt does not have a hit yet today. See if he can get on base and around the base paths for Oakland. He cannot. It's a strikeout. Another low pitch. Really liking the lower portion of the strike zone, Blake Snell. And all 3 pitches outside the zone. So those were swinging strikes and strike 3. Joe Houston, the catcher, see if he can get on. Hits sharply to shortstop. Great play there. Caminero, who's having a good defensive game, retires Houston. He's had to range to his right side to make that play. All right, and we have, wow. Did they just take out Blake? Oh, we have an injury. We have an injury. Blake Snell leaves the game with an injury. Can only speculate at what that was, but he has been removed from this game, which is not good to see for the Tampa Bay general manager, I'm sure. He was cruising right along, and we'll have to see possibly after the game if there's any information on that. But only 1 pitch to that last hitter, and he had to come out. I believe he was only around 60 pitches or so. I don't think there's any way to see what that's. what he's dealing with or what happened, but hopefully he'll be fine. We'll check on him after the game. Yeah, not a good thing to see, Buster, for sure. But Camilo Doval, who is 3.52 ERA on the year, he's having a good season. Let's see if he can keep the scoreless streak intact. 2 outs now in the bottom of the 5th. Let's see how Doval will hold up for Blake Snell. Yanel LeBoy batting .264 up next. The pitch. That's hit high to left. The left fielder right in front of the left field stands makes the play, reaching over. So he does get out of it. We'll be worried about Blake Snell until we can find out more from the Rays GM on what happened. But until then, we're going to have to keep this game moving. We have another pitching change for Oakland. Josh Bennett, who's at a 1.98 ERA, 27.1 innings. So he's putting together a nice season here. Josh Bennett up at the mound, and Jake Myers, who's having a good defensive game in center for Tampa Bay. Let's see what happens here with these two. That's hit sharply to the third baseman. Makes the dazzling play and the long throw over to first. That's not easy by any means. That was a nice play there by Martinez. Josh Bennett next against Aikel Joaquin. Let's see what will happen. That's gonna... Oh, another amazing play by the third baseman. That ball was hit hard right to the third baseman. He's able to make the snag there at the hot corner. 4 pitches, all fastballs. Bennett throwing the heat. At the top of the lineup now, Daniel Villalobos. He's now at the .313 average. Does not love the first pitch. Only bats .189 against it. So let's see what will happen against these with this matchup. He walks him. So first walk of the game for Bennett. Villalobos makes it to first, and as you look at the Oakland lineup now, a couple of these guys are sort of banged up. We've got a guy right in the middle who's gone cold. We have one hot hitter in the third. So some of these guys are really not feeling it at the plate and potentially in this game. But let's see if they can dig deep and come back in this one. We have Caminero, who has 2 hits on the day now. He's at a .903 OPS. 2 hits and 1 RBI in this game. Villalobos on first, and Josh Bennett the pitch to Caminero. That's hit sharply to the left side. They love that left side of the field. The left fielder has to dig over far into the depths of left field to dig that one out. And his 12th double now, Villalobos. So Villalobos, or Caminero, having a great game now for Tampa Bay. Xavier Isaac now, the DH, back up again. 17 homers. And Bennett trying to get out of this inning. 2 outs. He pops it up to the third baseman. He makes the play, and he's able to keep no runs from coming across in that inning. So good pitching there by Bennett to get that third out. All right, Camilo Doval comes back out. Only 3 pitches that last inning to get the out. So he's able to come back and continue pitching against Juan Mancia, the left fielder, batting .285, no hits on the day. That's hit high in the sky. That's way out of here. That is a long home run, 388 feet from home plate. That's the 10th home run from Juan Mancia. So they get on the board with a solo home run. That was a nicely hit ball for Doval. So let's see how the bullpen will continue to perform here. Arjun Nimala up next. He is looking to do the same thing that just happened. He does have 14 home runs on the season. He threw 2 sinkers right in the same spot, and he said, I'm not going to be fooled again, and he takes that one way over the left field wall. Arjun, 1 hit on the day. The pitch from Doval. He strikes the next man out. Nicely located pitch there on the outside corner. Has to make the slow walk to the dugout. Doval said, no, sir. No back-to-backs against me. Or Elvis Martinez. 1 hit today, 286 average. And Doval looks for the second out here. Ooh, he gets the strikeout. Not sure if that was a swinging strike. He couldn't lay off, so it was. He was not able to check his swing. And 1 second, I need to take a drink. Excuse me. Okay, so Doval able to get the strikeout. And that was a sinker. Not able to check the swing on that. Doval next against Zion Ogaro. The pitch from Doval. Hit up the middle, but the second baseman makes it there in time, able to throw the runner out. But Oakland gets on the board with a long solo homer, and they're going to switch it over and see who's going to come out to pitch. Zaire Zivrand is next out. He's a lefty. Let's take a look at how his season's coming along. A 5.70 ERA, so not the best. He does allow some runs. 5.4 walks per 9. Decent strikeout rate, but let's see how he's going to perform here. Deshaun Buckner ready to do some damage against Zivrand. What up, Phoenix Rising? Missing a good, or joining a good game. We just had a long home run from Oakland, who was their first run, and we had a pitching injury from Blake Snell. Last inning, he had to come out, and he was pitching a beautiful game. So we'll try and see what happened with him after this game's over. But Siverand to Buckner. The next matchup is, he hits it on the ground to the shortstop. Namala, another good play there at short, having a great defensive game. All right, Tim Humphries, the rookie, 267, no hits today. Let's look at his spray chart. Looks like he can hit it mostly to all fields. He likes right and left center. So that was 1 pitch on that last out, and Tim Humphries up next. That's hit on the ground again to the right side. This time the first baseman gets it, steps on the bag for the second out of the inning. Four pitches to get that out. So 5 pitches now for Zaire. And Colin Hook, 1 hit and 1 RBI today for Tampa Bay. And he's trying to continue this inning. It's the pitch from Siverand. He strikes him out, so he gets the 3rd out. No runs come across, and time for the 7th inning stretch. Thanks for joining in, Phoenix Rising, the Guardians GM, checking out the game. Watched a decent amount of baseball today, real life baseball. Watched the Cardinals sweep the Twins. That was a lot of fun. And then the Diamondbacks against the Cubs. They had an amazing comeback win against the Cubs, where they just started hitting everything off the wall and out of the park. That was a fun one as well. All right, moving on to the 7th, bottom of the 7th. Camilo Doval, he stays out there, 18 pitches. So they're going to try and get another out from him. Excuse me. And Peyton Burdick, the right fielder, no hits on the day. So let's see. Righty-righty matchup. Doval. He strikes him out. So the same pitcher. No, nope, never mind. I was wrong about that. All right, Solo Meto, he comes out of the bullpen for Tampa Bay. And Jesus Castillo, 1 hit on the day. Take a look at Solo Meto. 50 overall guy. He's at a 7.09 ERA. He can allow some homers, and everything else looks decent for him. A lot of innings so far. 47 innings out of the bullpen. He's at a 7.1 record, so that's good. So he's got some talent there coming out of the bullpen, despite the high ERA. All right, Solometo, the lefty, against Castillo, the first baseman. That's hit up the middle and over the leaping shortstop. The center fielder has to grab it and throw it back in. That's a base hit. So Castillo gets on base with 1 out. Solometo, 1 pitch, and allows 1 hit. So he was ready for that fastball. Vance Honeycutt is going to try to get Castillo around, as they need to start to score if they're going to take this one. The next pitch from Solometo. That's hit high in the infield. The shortstop calls for it, makes the catch. The man at first has to stay put. Joe Houston, the catcher, he's trying to get a 2-out hit. He has no hits today. Let's see if he can change that here against Solometo. He hits it on the ground to the third baseman. He's able to get there in time and throw the batter out. So no scoring that inning for Oakland. 6-1 Tampa Bay in the top of the 8th. Getting in the late innings. So it looks like if it continues on this path, we're not going to see that elite closer for Oakland. But who knows what's going to happen. Their closer's at a 0.36 ERA for those who didn't see that before the game. All right, Severan comes back out. 10 pitches the last inning, and it's against Caden Bodine. High fly ball to right. It gets down in front of the right fielder. So looks like he's going to make it in for a double. Nicely hit ball as it does drop in just in front of the right fielder. Not able to make the run down. Long battle. 7-pitch at bat there. So Bodine makes it to second. Jake Myers, who does have an RBI on the day, looking to add to that total. Let's see if Severan can keep that from happening right here. He does indeed with the strikeout on the outside part of the strike zone. Nicely done by Severan. It's the first out of the inning. 25 pitches now. So it looks like he does have some length here out of the bullpen. Another long at bat. Another 7-pitch at bat there to get that. Lots of cutters. Lots of cutters that last batter. Ikel Joaquin next up. He's trying to get on base and get Bodine in to score with 1 out. Severan the next. Hits it to the right side. Second baseman able to get there. Keeps a run from scoring. And the runner advances to third. So now that's 2 outs. So that was great as Villalobos can put this ball into outer space. So let's hope that Severin can keep that from happening. 29 pitches now. Most likely his last batter, as it's the second out, going for the third. Villalobos, .313 average, 22 homers, no hits today. He loves left. He's a pull hitter. So let's see if he can do some damage here. He hits it to the left, but on the ground as the third baseman scoops it up, keeps that run from scoring. And that takes us to the bottom of the 8th. No runs, a hit, and no errors for this game. Or that inning. All right. Top of the lineup here for Oakland. LeBoy, the second baseman, hitless today. He does have a .263 average. He does have a little pop with 9 homers, .383 on base. So, against Solometo, he comes back out. The pitch. He strikes him out with that inside changeup. Nasty looking pitches. He was not ready for that one. But good at bat. 6 pitches. Juan Mancia. As Solometo is performing well here. He strikes him out with a high strike. That's Solometo's second strikeout. That was a tried to check his swing but could not do it situation. That high heater had him fooled. Nemala, who is on fire. Let's see if he can get on base here as the offense has struggled this game. 2 outs. Solometo to Nemala. A high ball, changeup high. Definitely not where you wanted that one. So, we cannot go 1, 2, 3. Nemala is on first, but now it's going to be up to Orelvis Martinez. 12 homers on the year. Let's see what they can do against Solometo. That's hit high to center. Center fielder's going to make the run in time and make the third out of the inning. So they cannot score again. Still 6-1 as this game continues on, going into the top of the 9th. So Severin to Caminero. He's having a great game. He has 3 hits and 1 RBI on the day and has raised his batting average to .295. I would say he's potentially the MVP at this point for the Tampa Bay. And Severin stays out there trying to get a couple more outs from him as game might be out of reach at this point, but we'll see. Severin to Caminero. Strikes him out. So Severin's still getting the job done as he goes into his 3rd inning. And there it is, the pitching change. TJ Brock. He has 7.2 innings on the year, and within that span, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 10 strikeouts. So he's striking a lot of guys out. Xavier Isaac, he has 17 homers, 44 RBIs, and looks to get on base here in the 9th. That's a strikeout for the first out. So just as we saw a moment ago, he does strike a lot of men out, and that's immediately what he does with a swinging strike on a curveball. And he's up against now Deshaun Buckner, who's also having a great game. 1 hit and 1 RBI. Hit on the ground at 3rd. He's been busy this game. He makes another good play. Nemala. All right, and Zion Ogaro, the DH. Solometo, a good performance here. He's trying to close this one out. 29 pitches in. And let's see how Ogaro can do here. He hits one sharply into the gap. He says this game is not over. That goes all the way to the walls. He's going to make it to 2nd at least. And he does safely with his 7th double of the year. That's a nicely hit ball the other way. Okay, so Solometo. See if he's starting to feel tired as he's at 1.2 innings pitched this game. Ogaro now at second. Burdick up at the plate, trying to add to their total here. The pitch. That's hit to the left gap again. Is that going to make it to the wall? Yes, it will. So they most likely will trade places as they do decrease the lead here. It's now 6-2, so a 4-run game. Burdick, a nice battle, 6-pitch at bat, and then hits the fastball into the left center gap, almost exactly in the same spot as the previous batter. Still nobody out. Let's see if they can make some magic happen in the ninth. We have Castillo against now Edwin Diaz, the closer coming in for Tampa Bay. They said that's enough from Solometo. We want to end this game right here. So Edwin Diaz, excuse me, he is now a 36-year-old veteran closer, 55 overall. He's a 2.08 ERA. Excuse me, getting excited. 30.1 innings pitched this season, and he's having a great year. His strikeout totals aren't quite there yet, but we'll see how that goes. He's definitely not allowing runs. All right, Burdick at second. Castillo up at the plate. Diaz ready to go. He wants to end this game. The pitch. He walks him. He walks his first batter faced. So we have a man on first and second now. They did have first base to give, but in this situation, I don't think you want really the fewer base runners, the better. So Diaz, the veteran, let's see if he can get it done here against Honeycutt. He could not find the strikeout on a single pitch, that first batter. That ball is hit to the left side. They have to retreat back to their bases as the third baseman makes the good play. All right, still first and second. Now one out. Joe Houston, the catcher, who does not have a hit today. He would love to change that right now against Edwin Diaz, who's 8 pitches in. The pitch. He hits it up the middle, but the man is right there. He's placed it in the perfect spot as that ball was hit hard up the middle of the infield. The shortstop does the fielder's choice to get the man out at second, so Houston makes it to first. So a man on first and third, as Houston was able to run that ball out, keep the ball game going. LeBoy up next, 4 at-bats, no hits on the day. The pitch from Diaz strikes him out to end the game. So that they bring in the closer at the perfect time, get the run out. They get out of the inning as they were starting to rally, and closes this one out. That was a drama-filled game as we had Blake Snell leave at the halfway point. Let's see. I don't know if we'll get any information on him here. It doesn't look like it in the breakdown. We'll have to wait and hear from the Rays general manager on what happened and how severe that is. I do have, I believe, one more day I have to sim. We're on a Sunday, so I have to sim over to Monday, and that'll be it for the sim. But thanks again for coming. Thanks for the GMs for joining us and breaking other teams. And until next time, we'll see you later.